time to test out our setup to ensure that everything is working as it should. So we can do that by simply going to preview. This will open up our Tag Assistant Preview Manager. I've already added the site URL, which is exactly the same as this one. Let's connect. Let's just wait for it to connect and load. Now we can ignore this, and we can also hide this. Alright, so the banner we're already seeing the banner. That means this tag should have fired already. So let's check it out. Okay, display agent banner, it's firing. Right, we got one thing working for us. Let's just check and see some more details. Nothing too important over here, but you might just want to check to find out what's going on. But luckily for us, it is displaying properly, so that's great. Now we want to ensure that these four are firing when they're clicked on. So let's try each of them one step at a time. For the phone call, I'm going to do command click, and I see this active this modal, so that means this link has been clicked, so this should be tracked. Is it being tracked? Perfect, it is being tracked. Wonderful. Let's try our second CTA. I'm gonna leave email for last because that just opens up the mail program. Let's try Facebook. Again, command click, and it takes me to their to Nils's web page actually, which is fine. This should have registered as another action, and the CTA Facebook tag has fired properly. Great, everything seems to be going well. We can close these out. Alright, next let's try globe. So this takes us to the welcome software site, which again we can close out. And right, globe, it has fired. The only one thing left is email, so let's check it out. Command click. As you can see, it opened up the mail program. Not something I wanted, but it is what it is. Let's see. Alright, all four of our actions have fired. For the sake of brevity, I'm not going to test them again in the video, since I've already tested them beforehand. But ideally, you would like to test them again with different web pages, just to ensure that all of these tags are firing, even for different agent IDs. For this particular case, I don't have access to any more than this particular agent ID, but you can always play around with different URLs and different articles and add that agent ID to that article and see how it works. So let's see how it goes. Since I've already completed that part of the testing, I'm not going to include that in this video for the sake of brevity. I think we're all good to submit, so let's submit. We're just gonna call it agent banner setup. Agent banner setup as requested by Sarah Kala, Nils Gillette, Industry. Done. This just gives us a track. Let's see what we have done. Okay, perfect. So let's just publish. I am not going to sing like no one's listening, because obviously you guys are listening to what I'm saying, hopefully. Okay, the publishing is done, so now we can play around a little more. We can close out our preview. Let's refresh this page. Actually, let's do an empty cache and hard reload. And at the same time, let's go to Google Analytics. And wait for this to load. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait some more. We're an ingredient, we don't care about that. We're gonna go to Serbia. That is the one. That's where the magic's gonna happen. Just playing the waiting game. Just have to play the waiting game. Alright, it looks like it's loaded. So, real time. And we're gonna track some events. See how things are working out first. I'm not sure if events are gonna show up right away, but let's give it a try. Oh, okay, wonderful. Looks like they're already here, so that spared us the effort. Oh, great. It's like everything's working already. We don't need to test it out again, but just for the sake of it, let's do some more. Right. Let's load it again. This should have fired another event. Did that get tracked? Banner display is still not tracked, but that's okay. That's okay for the moment. Let's just try a bunch of stuff. See if it had any impact. This is interesting. So there doesn't seem like there's been a lot of impact over here. But sometimes this doesn't work, not right after publishing. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to, sometimes even longer than a few minutes for all of this tracking to work, especially with the real-time tracking. Right after a new setup, it doesn't track properly. Okay, so looks like it's not working for us, but let's just try it on a completely different tab. Was a new action registered? Doesn't seem to be the case. Let's try a bunch of stuff. So nothing's being picked up at the moment. Okay, So I'm not entirely sure why it's not being picked up, but the event label and the event action are being picked up. So that's the important thing. At least it has worked for one article. So the assumption that we can make is it's going to work for all of our other articles as well. Okay, yeah. Looks like our setup is correct. It's correct, but it's not being able to uh, like I'm not 100% sure if our data is being tracked. I believe it is, and whatever is being tracked properly. So usually at this point I would just let it rest, come back to it after 30 minutes, an hour, try a bunch of different URLs, maybe try from different browsers and see if this page gets changed or not. Even if it doesn't mean that there is something wrong, and we can move on ahead with the setup of the dashboard, and that's what I am going to do. I'm gonna do some more testing off screen, and then I'm gonna see you guys again in the next video where we're going to begin setting up the dashboard. That's it for now. Take care.